How you doing? This is Spades,
And this is Alex.
and today we're doing something a little bit different in two ways. For one thing, we're actually doing a commentary on another speedrunner. His name is Eddd, with 3 Ds, and also we're actually doing a different version of Tonic Trouble this time. Alex, you know a bit more about this than I do, so how about you?
Right. This is the retail version, as opposed to the beta version for PC. If you played the Nintendo 64 version, this is essentially, well, at least it appears in most ways to be the same as the Nintendo 64 version.
We'll probably bring up some of the intricate differences over the course of this.
Right.
Yeah.
So, as two beta players, Spades and I are, perhaps the least qualified people in the community to be talking about this, but here we are.
Well, you grew up with the N64 version, so you're a little more familiar with it, at least.
Right. And I do have the gist of the strats that he's going to be using here.
Now, Alex is watching this blind, whilst I've already watched this run, so I'm sort of hosting, and I'll be confiding in Alex for the expert opinion.
Nice
like here, for
speed
example,
boost
that
off
was.
the ramp. Yeah.
Yeah, ski slope strats so far are really just about getting down the slope as fast as possible, as far as I'm aware.
Right. In the Nintendo 64 speedrun, you'll see them. If you watch the Nintendo 64 speedrun, you'll see them going out of their way on the ski slope to beat the time and to collect lots of antidotes. In fact, you'll see them play through the ski slope 2 times, once to collect all the antidotes and once to beat the time.
At the same time? Like in just one?
In 2 go-arounds.
Yeah, but like,
They
do they
twice.
split it across the game, or do they do it right away?
Oh, they do it. They do it right at the start. Eddd is not worrying about collecting antidotes in the ski slope, so stay tuned. No spoilers.
All right, so here's our first OOB strat.
Yeah,
Go
this
ahead.
is a nice little clip out of bounds here, and second try it seems, which is quite good. I've never even done this successfully myself, but I've heard it's very finicky. So he is using this out of bounds water to skip the docks cave and go directly into the rest of the south corner to get to where the action is.
Yeah. Have you ever tried doing that yourself, by the way? Like, it looks kind of tricky to, like, you need to know where to go at the end there.
I've tried it on N64. I haven't tried it on PC Retail.
Oh,
I haven't really
like
played
an
PC
overlap
Retail
strat.
at all yet.
Yeah, because I know there's some strats that work here that don't work on the N64. For example, here, I think you have to use the pea shooter to get up.
Yeah,
But-
this is Canyon Early.
Yeah, this is
on
the
Nintendo.
this is the cliffhanger.
The cliffhanger.
Yeah,
On
over from
Nintendo
the beta.
64, that's a heinously difficult strat that requires a very precise setup. But here you can kind of get a little bit of extra height to the jump, it seems, by hugging the wall.
Yeah, you have to line it up against a really blurry texture. You gotta hit the right spot on the N64, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I've seen some demonstrations of it. Before we... Yeah,
before anything else, shoutouts to Osukari, who's been grinding N64 for months now and is the current world record holder.
Yeah, congratulations. Maybe we should do a commentary on N64 as well, although there's been several delays with this one, so, we don't want to account for it. We don't want to make any promises about how soon that'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd be down for that. I think that, like I mean, that's the one that I think you would have, like, that's the one that you grew up with.
So,
the
thing about Canyon Early, is that normally you would get the bow tie after doing a very long training mission after completing vegetable. No, not vegetable.
No, North Plain.
North Plain. So by just entering the canyon in retail, in PC retail and Nintendo 64, you actually get the ability to fly just by entering the level for some reason.
Yeah, which is a perk. You don't get to do that in the beta.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, so it's kind of the one sense in which you can sequence break the collection of the items for the dock.
Hmm. Besides the dock skip, I suppose, but
right.
There's
well,
no items for the dock,
he still makes you turn in all the items for him in order, I think.
Hmm.
Like,
I don't think
we're gonna see Ed talk to the dock until after he finishes North Plain and Vegetable.
No, I forget exactly when it is, but he does talk to the dock. That I know.
Right. But it's gonna be when he gets the first item, which is the Springs from Vegetable.
Hmm.
I think.
I forget.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. One thing I've been thinking about, because I remember one of our fellow Tonic Trouble dudes, an archaeologist. His name is Kylo, and he did some out of bounds stuff. He used the cheat code, but like he found out how the out of bounds stuff works, and the way that it works between the portals within the level is that the textures load whenever you go through a portal. Although I'm not sure if the collision needs to load between portals, and so I'm wondering if there's a way to find any out of bounds areas in this level. If you could like cut through and sort of get to a later segment, that could be. Those could be some future strats for both that and the ski slope.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
I do know that loading out of bounds areas can be pretty finicky and require you to interact with specific objects and such. Very nice little flight into the water.
Well, the thing is, I'm not quite sure what's the fastest way to get through that little pond. Is it by jumping or by swimming above or below surface?
It seems to be jumping off the surface of the water. That's what he seemed to be doing, and that definitely looked faster. The swimming at the surface animation in this version is really slow. So here's a nice little exploit. Normally you would need a pea shooter to get the bridge lowered, but with some abuse of the parachuting mechanic, you can preserve enough height to make it across the gap.
It's Falling with Style 2.0. Which I noticed that you'd in our wiki you'd actually named that for me, and you'd called it Conserving Your Swoop. Which I liked, because we were talking about how you have a way of naming strats and I have a way of naming strats. You're very practical, whilst I'm a little more theatrical. I like to give them a kind of grandiose name, and I felt like Conserving Your Swoop was a good compromise between those two philosophies. But
I never thought of it that way, but yeah.
Yeah, but I went ahead and I think like the best way to call it, both in this version and the other version, is just Falling with Style, because like that, I think that's what people will remember.
Well, the parachuting is pretty different. I think it's a different trick.
Yes, but actually, now that you mention it, I didn't actually find that strat, so it's not for me to name. That's a good point.
This level is busted wide open with having the wings. They kind of made this level so that you can backtrack and play it a second time with the bow tie to get through it a lot faster and to backtrack for items you may have missed.
It's actually more fun this way, I think.
Yeah.
Just you sort of breeze through it and just explore it at a nice pace.
Right. No waiting for platform cycles.
Absolutely.
It saves so much time. Canyon early. This is all because of Canyon
that's
early.
That's a bad miss.
Oh, and that's a bad miss.
Alright, let's see. Oh, those just start when you get close to them. I thought you had to press a button to do that.
Yeah, it's just when you get on them.
Oh, okay. The camera screwed him over there.
Yeah.
One of the things that I like about the beta version a little bit better is because of the tank controls, you don't have to deal with that so much. Like, you're never going to change direction because the camera did.
Yeah, that's true. can kind of.
You know, that's probably why they had tank controls. They're like, camera system sucks. How about we don't have time to fix it?
We don't have time. So Osukari recently found a way to skip this, having to ride this platform as Super Ed. You can deload this area and then get there in such a way that it does not load a collision on the bars, so you can just fly straight to the propeller in there. But
don't
it
you
requires
fly in
some
from
pretty
behind?
tricky out of bounds.
I thought you floated in from the other side, not the bar side, but the back side of the tower.
Yeah. Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. But, yeah, unloading that collision requires going out of bounds and then coming back in a certain way. And that's also on N64. I don't know if it's been proven to work on this version or not.
Well, evidently not as of this recording. This was actually a few months ago now. The original upload's on the same channel, so I forget exactly when it was, but I actually haven't checked with that if that's like there's been any progress on that strat on the PC version.
Yeah, I don't know.
I suppose we'll see.
There's quite a few versions of this game that people are running now. It's like kind of one person for each version, pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Nice out of bounds gonna happen here.
You got up on a little ledge that I don't know. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to get up there. Not for gameplay purposes, anyway.
I think you can normally get up onto where that is, but then he clicked out of bounds at the top of that. So he had to do that because normally you have to shoot a target to lower a platform to get into this room that he's in now.
Yeah.
Instead, he maneuvered his way here out of bounds.
Speaking of, why does he have to kill that guard? Because he just drops Mercury. You don't.
I think that killing the guard makes the platform go back up. I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that would have happened. But yeah, the little out of bounds. I think it saves time anyway, but it was mainly necessary because he does not have the pea shooter.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have the pea. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah. We're still in Canyon early.
I would have thought it worked the
Like,
same way. That you enter
Canyon
the level.
early is like a 20-minute trick.
Didn't he? Yeah, but I could have sworn he just pulled out the pea shooter at one point there. I can't go back and look, or else we'll just have to, cancel this commentary.
We'll get desynced, yeah.
Yeah. Just standing in midair. I guess we could as well mention we did actually do an attempt at this commentary, but suddenly you had a lightning storm in your neighborhood, and we lost it. And it was right about...
That was tragic.
Yeah, and we lost it right about here, and I'm wondering exactly when it was that you lost me.
Oh, I
don't
remember, yeah.
Because I was, talking about, early days of Tonic Trouble. I was like, I thought you were just waiting for me to finish my spiel. And
oh, God.
then I just carried on commentating on my own for a bit, just hoping you'd come back. Well, one of the questions I had when we came here that I never got an answer to at the time was this room coming up here. Do we know if there's any strategy to this, or if it's just pure, luck?
There's some strategy to this. The way he did that part right there was pretty much optimal to get the bean under the flamethrower thing. Mm-hmm. And then I don't really know what optimal strats are for this part, because you have to line the two enemies up with each other.
Yeah.
You can change the direction the tomato is rolling. That was... Oh!
Yeah, I
dude,
know.
he just got robbed.
I know.
Wow.
Clearly you were gone by then, because you didn't see...
There we go.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
No, that was solid.
Yeah.
I think in his previous run of this, he got trolled in that room a bit.
Oh, there was a previous run. I didn't know that.
Maybe I might be mistaken, maybe I was watching one of his attempts on Twitch or something.
Yeah.
By the way, follow Ed on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, if you're used to the beta, you're cringing right now. It's just because you know that when you get hit by electricity, it's instant death. Yeah,
I hear it just doesn't matter. It might waste time. I think your platform might stop. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
But I know that Ed too has actually struggled a lot in the beta with this. He's had real bad luck with it. So shoutouts to Ed.
Dude.
Oh, we wish you good luck. We know that you've done a beta run now. Now I've not seen the beta run.
Ed.
What?
Ed. So Ed just showed up one day, like a couple months ago, and he started just like strat hunting like no one had ever strat hunted before.
Yeah.
And he's currently taking world records in PC retail. The PC retail had some previous runs, but they were all a couple of years old at this point. And he also got the beta world record.
Yeah, just that was about a month ago or something like that. We're gonna do a commentary on that one as well.
Right, yeah, after this we got this beta run to comment on as well.
I remember in one of our commentaries I joked that because I was so familiar with the tank controls, I'd grown up with the tank controls of the beta, I sort of compared myself to Bane, like with the darkness and that. If I am Bane, Ed is Thanos.
I have no idea what that means, but I'm really...
you don't watch the Marvel films.
Also, that flight onto the
good
platform
for you.
was
good
really
for you.
nice.
Honestly, good for you. Fight the power.
Yeah, man. None of that corporate stuff.
Yeah. By the way, I think, I just want to mention right quick, sort of unrelated, but in the no-cog beta, I think you can actually kill the Pepper without becoming Super Ed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And I need to check again if the cog version allows you to kill him, like, if you have to be Super Ed there too. Maybe
I'm almost positive you do.
Yeah. I'm too, but maybe I just assumed that I forgot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does Ed have a setup for this?
I was wondering that myself, and I was going to ask you if you knew about a setup for this. Because this is...
here?
I mean, this is... I would say this is the old man room of the PC retail.
This is the worst room. I think, Red Jinjo, who is an SDA Elder God, and... kind of one of the first people to drum up attention to speedrunning this game, I think has a cash bounty out on finding a setup to skip this room. So maybe Ed was just trying something to claim that money. Like,
I also wonder what Ed's strategy is. I know, like, you and I have talked about, like, how, you know, what you do is you do, like, straight up runs. And
he's actually able to use the pea shooter while flying.
Oh,
but only while flying.
But which version are we talking about?
No. Like, he doesn't, even though he doesn't have the pea shooter yet, he can still use it while flying.
Okay, that's fine, but
it's
does
like,
he actually... is he able to do it?
Yeah, I just saw him do it to attack the beam.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So even though he doesn't have the pea shooter, he's still able to use it, but only while flying. Now he's gonna do the training and get the pea shooter.
Now I'm scared because I'm now wondering what he can do in the beta. Don't spoil it, but...
There's some pretty good stuff you have to look forward to. So I've seen his beta run, but Spades has yet to.
Yeah, we're doing the opposite for the beta as we're doing with this one. I was actually gonna ask, and I forgot to ask, the Pepper. Why did he need to kill him? Is there like, can you not advance?
Again.
Because he doesn't drop anything you need, I think.
I think killing him opens that door.
Okay. Oh yeah, of course. Yes, I know the one. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I put that in my notes. I wasn't paying attention when I wrote that, apparently.
Oh, you good one.
My bad. I just want to... About this training exercise, I mean, the thing you got to deal with in this game are hoops. Just these narrow things you just have to... You have to do what the game wants you to do, and they're just boring. So that's this game's big problem, I would say.
Yeah, they're boring, and in the case of the flight training ones, at least when I was little, I found those pretty hard.
How so?
The aiming while shooting one always took me forever.
Yeah.
And then, it just took me a while to get used to the flight controls. So now he's going to turn into propellers. Another line from Red Jinjo is that this is the only part of the game that's programmed well, is the sequence of items being turned into the dock. There's just no way to skip it that we know of.
Yeah. I guess I want to mention...
Here's the infamous flight training.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I ever told you this, but one thing I tried recently in the beta version was to use cheat codes to enable power-ups. And I think if you show up to the dock with power-ups but no items, he doesn't say anything. You just approach him and he won't say anything to you. He'll just sort of like look angry at you and shake his head. It's like, what are you even doing here, Ed? In that way too, I would say it's programmed pretty well.
That's really funny. Yeah, I don't know why that platform didn't get triggered right away.
That's another badness.
Yeah. Well, not really. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have been.
Wow! Yeah.
Solid platforms room.
Here.
This part gave me a lot of trouble when I was really little.
Yeah. Is there like one more segment after this? I forget.
There is.
Alright, what do you think? Do you still think you have time?
Time for what?
You know what we were talking about.
I think so.
Alright. Yeah, alright, so me and Alex some time ago were discussing just internet stuff and how there's a sort of a limbo zone between when something goes out of style and before you can make a retrospective of it. And I think generally we agree to be like 10 years. So
yeah, thereabouts.
The irate gamer is like ripe for like a retrospective at this point. It's been long enough.
Oh wait, whoa, that was super fast.
Oh no. Okay,
that was good though.
Alright, well, I guess, hold that thought. We're gonna get back to the limbo zone later on in this run.
And he actually lost time on that, too.
Oh, wow. I guess we're gonna have to come back to that.
We probably have a minute before he gets to cocktail, if you wanna...
Nah, but I'm just building up to it, so...
Okay, alright, yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah. If we remember, we can't guarantee we will. It'll be a mystery for the ages. 5 years from now, someone's gonna come on this video and is like, what was the story about the limbo zone? Where were you going with that?
And then they'll realize that they're in it.
And that they're
in it, the limbo zone.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Wasn't there like a dino skip at some point here?
Ooh. I think
that would relate to SilverSpade. No, I mean antidotes, I suppose. So I guess
yeah, it would.
Yeah, you don't need it in this game. That's right.
Right.
Yeah. That's another note that I really should just delete. It doesn't make any sense to have. Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll see the strat called knowing where the portal is relative to the... There it is. We'll see if he gets the inverse version of that strat after Glacier Cocktail.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, we won't see that. Stay tuned.
Okay. How do you know we won't see that?
He's gonna be doing something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, once again... I guess the answer is evident. He needs to kill this guard to open the door.
Yeah.
Like I see a pattern emerging here. So.
Yeah, there's a button that he presses that opens the door, but you just can't press that button before you kill that guard. Ed will just stand in front of it and scratch his head like, what is this?
Yeah, there's like a special animation just for that.
Yeah. Oh, he's... Wow.
Have you not seen that before?
That guy didn't know it hit him.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure that Ed developed a really nice way to skip doing the ballerinas here. Yep, just fly across.
It is done.
And then climb up this wall.
Did you know about this one?
Yeah, man. Yeah, so when you have the blowpipe out, you can walk up steeper slopes in beta or in Retail and in Nintendo 64.
Yeah, this is the way you get to the canyon early in the N64, right?
No, I think with N64 it's just a really precise jump.
Okay. You just use the pea shooter to line it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, to get that precise angle.
Ooh.
Got him. Still got him.
Yeah.
I love the animation cancel he does into all the portals.
Yeah.
It just sort of stands in front of it. So I think this room we're gonna see busted wide open, like Zack the Lego Maniac style.
Oh. You just spoiled it.
Did I?
You weren't supposed to spoil it.
I mean, I spoiled it for all the people who watched Zack the Lego Maniac's Let's Play of Tonic Trouble.
Ah, dude, we had this whole thing planned out. We were just gonna mention to everyone that, like, so we know a strat here that hasn't been used in this run. We're not gonna give it away, but you should watch Let's Plays, because sometimes you'll find accidental strats there. But because of the delays,
other times you just experience edits.
What's that?
That's a quote from the Let's Play.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know how
spoilers then. Well, you know.
Yeah, spoilers for the Zack the Lego Maniac Tonic Trouble Let's Play. I wonder why he shoots that guy. So he's trying to freeze this boy.
Of course, it's possible that, since, the cat's out of the bag now, I can speculate. I think maybe
actually,
the
I
reason...
think this is pre-Zack strats.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why we were saying that, like, there's a strat here that's better than what's been done here. And that we weren't going to give it away. But now that we have, I want to say that Zack's accidental strat might have been because of frame rate limitations. It might have been, like, you might actually have to have a bad frame rate to make it work.
Right, yeah, there's a Tonic Trouble speedrunner. I'll just call him Martin. It's I think like maybe the Icelandic version of the name Martin. It has like 2 J's in it.
Yeah.
He had a run of this version, and it was I think the only run of the PC retail version of the game. But he had some sort of compatibility issue with running the game that caused him to have like a higher jump.
Like a moon jump. Yeah, I think you talked about this.
Yeah. So,
yeah, that sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah. But that's a run from like years ago, and there's no video of it anymore, and no one's ever replicated the tricks. But that jump has been proved to be possible.
Yeah, no one can get a hold of him either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gone away.
Oh, dude.
Disappeared.
Before we leave it alone, I want to mention, like, on the off chance that Zack Legomania is watching this video, I think it's only... Well, unless... Who was this person you talked about? What was that name again?
The old Tonic Trouble runner?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea how to say it.
Alright, whoever...
I think he's still on the leaderboards.
Okay, well, whoever found it first gets to name the strat, right? So...
Yeah, I guess... Well... It's unclear whether he or Zack did it legitly. So probably like Osukadori names it.
First come, first serve.
Yeah, I think Osukadori is the one who found it for
We'll let Zach and this other person fight it out between themselves.
All right, so this is pretty much the largest trick in the game.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get to the magic mushroom early. He's just gonna fly there.
Which is the level just before the boss, basically.
It is, and it is also the area that you need 120 of the 160 antidotes to enter.
Yeah, and it failed, as you can see.
Yeah, this is a very precise trick. He needs to land such that he's talking to Agent XYZ, otherwise the area won't load.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, he gets to skip the slide section that comes prior to this level. He also gets to skip all 160 antidotes he needs to collect to get to this point.
Yeah, that's a really big deal.
Yeah. Again, watch
skip.
Zach's Let's Play as it gives you a montage of collecting everything. It gives you an idea what you're dealing with.
Apparently the jump out of this is pretty tricky too.
Yeah. We're coming up on the point of no return mark. After this, we're just gonna have to stick with this run, like this commentary.
I'm amazed that we're only like halfway through the run.
Yeah.
He's done so many of the levels. I guess there's just less to skip in the pyramid and in the pressure cooker.
Mm.
That's all there is left.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he spends doing this. It might be a bit. Should we go to story time again?
No, it's coming up now.
Alright.
Spoilers, but yeah. I actually seem to remember it was only 2 fails, but I guess it was 3. But, like, this should be it now. Now,
nice.
I've gone ahead and spruced up the boss music for this.
Oh my god. Is this the most recent one? It is. Oh my
yes. Now, we decided to, like, as a gesture to our friend Ed, to up the production value a little bit on this commentary. So what you're listening to now is Alex's own interpretation of Lemon Gniller. It's one of Alex's B-sides. It's called "I'm the Nude." And we decided that this was a better score for this particular boss. Trust us, the music that comes with this level is atrocious.
Yeah, there's special music for this boss fight in the Nintendo 64, but in this version it just plays the South Plain music.
Absolutely.
Also, this is probably how this boss makes Ed feel.
Yeah. And I guess we're talking about Double D, or like Triple D in this case.
Yeah.
Because you'll see him dancing.
Although honestly, there's a pretty solid chance that he just actually is Ed from Tonic Trouble.
Yeah.
Like it may not be necessary
we haven't
to
seen his face,
between the two.
So. Yeah, I guess I could tell you about what I would have wanted to do with the magic mushroom. What I wish he was in this game. Alright.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Yeah, you'd be playing a level, and you'd kill, like, let's say it's North Plain. And over the course of the level, you kill maybe 3 enemies. When you kill the 3rd enemy, like it's a Hellengard, for example, in the wake of where that enemy was, the magic mushroom, like, these purple bubbles will appear, and then the magic mushroom just shows up in that one spot. And he doesn't do anything. The bubbles sometimes remain for a little while, but he doesn't do anything except just sort of look in your direction. If you start walking around, he'll like turn to face you. So he's just staring at you. And if you engage him by hitting him with a stick or hitting him with a pea shooter, he'll vanish like that, right? Like with the smoke effect.
Huh.
So so it's clear that he didn't just sort of despawn by accident. It's an intentional thing.
Right.
Alright, so, and then nothing more happens after that. You play the next level. Again, over the course of the level, you kill 3 enemies. The third enemy you kill, same thing. He shows up and the same routine. If you hit him, he'll vanish. If you don't, he'll just sort of remain there. You can just leave the level. If you leave the loading zone and come back, he'll still just be there. It'll just sort of remember that, oh yeah, hey, like, spawn him back in that spot.
Whoa, the fight in PC is way shorter than it is on N64.
Absolutely.
That last phase is like 5 times that length on N64. The timing on that worked out so perfectly.
It is the greatest thing because like I didn't do any edits either. Like that's exactly the track that you put out. I didn't have to add any. It was perfect.
So we finally beat the mushroom.
We're just quiet for the outro. Quiet for the outro. Welcome back to Alex on the Spade on 97.1 Jazz Radio. We're tuning back to Edd's speed run now, which is about halfway through and doing pretty good, wouldn't you say, Alex?
The radio station that only plays 40s jazz and obscure speedruns.
Alright, I guess gosh. I should finish my story. Now he's diving, by the way, so like, you know, the contestant...
Yeah, he got the ability to dive!
Oh yeah, no, diving's faster now, he can dive, right. He couldn't do that before. That's true. Alright, so, I should finish my story now before anything more happens. Alright.
Yeah.
So, the third third level you're on...
Oh, no!
Yeah. Oof.
Some badness.
Yeah. Alright, so... Alright, the third level... You meet another 2 enemies, you kill them, and then the third enemy...
Whoa! I'm sorry, that jump.
Alright, yeah, that's actually is pretty good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, yeah. So, the third enemy...
Magic Mushroom appears after the last enemy.
No, the third time he doesn't. The third time nothing happens when you kill a third enemy. However, when you get to the ending portal of that level, he'll be there... Not blocking it, but he'll be nearby, like where the mummy is right there, for example, right? He'll be there to greet you at the end of the stage. If you choose now to hit him one more time, then the game goes Yume Nikki on you, Oboa style.
Boa style, dude.
Yeah.
There's a way more obscure Yume Nikki reference there with the enemy that gets fast.
Oh.
That's such a random thing in that game. Oh man, sorry.
Right, yeah. So it basically whatever level you're on kind of corrupt. Textures change, the music changes, maybe to a slower version of itself. And in my version,
trip.
Yeah, in my version, XYZ is not like a character except in this one instance. He just shows up in this one time off screen. He just like he comes over to you and like, Ed. There's no easy way for me to say this, but basically you open Pandora's box. Go back to the South Plane and talk to the doc. He'll know what to do. And so you go back to the South Plane, you talk to the doc. South Plane is also corrupted, and there's a boss fight that the doc helps you fight. Like you need to pick up some items or something, and then you can like go off and face them. And until then, the whole game is sort of off.
Oh.
That's what I would have done with the Magic Mushroom.
That would be really interesting, because like they already, like in the intro cutscene, there's the thing where like the can corrupts the world, and it's what makes all the plants and animals like become monsters and everything, and I don't know, maybe it's responsible for all like the trippy wall textures and stuff. But it would be interesting if there was something you could do in the game that made that effect amplified.
Yeah, and also I want it to be like that. It's implied by the doc's dialogue that he had something to do with the existence of the Magic Mushroom, or at least he knows, he's familiar with that particular...
dude. The Magic Mushroom is the doc's son.
Yeah, or like creation, it's like the Frankenstein monster or something. And like, also like make it a little bit... Oh yeah, by the way, they killed the Strat here. Because of the stupid way the portals work. Can't do it.
Rip the Strat, rip the falling with style.
Alright, let's see. I gotta look at my notes real quick.
nice.
The thing is, I seem to remember after he does this next bit, he actually shows up on the top. So, hang on, wait a minute. I wrote a note
he's
about.
gonna go into a sarcophagus.
I wrote a note about this. I just gotta actually figure out what I actually meant with that. It was like, I think there's a faster way of doing this. Where you would do this first, and what I've written is then reemerge and do the pea shooter target. Begin flight before cutscene triggers. That's what I wrote. So let me see how that plays out. Yeah, you start up here. If you shot the target and then started flying just before the cutscene began, you just hover down here.
Oh, would you be able to? Would the flight continue through the cutscene? You think?
Possibly. You know, that's just a suggestion for future strategy.
Oh. Yeah, that's a good idea. Someone should try that. What's he waiting for?
That platform? I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So he skipped busting the drain up his super Eddd, so there's no water in this room.
And I wonder if there's a way to sort of dodge the rocks the way that we did it. I'm guessing he's already thought of that.
I think you can, in some little places in this version, duck into the side of the wall and dodge, but I think you generally can't, and certainly not as universally as you can in beta. But like here, for example, I think you can do it. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's not always possible.
Yeah, they matched the size of the rock in the hallway a little better. So this is this trick he's about to do, which is part of the skipping of the water in this room. He only has one chance at this flight. If he misses this, he has to go through the entire rock tunnel again. So not a very difficult flight, but definitely nerve-wracking.
Absolutely.
It's like the parry strat.
We don't talk about the parry strat, Alex.
Shoutouts to parry.
I was gonna save that for a little bit later, but this version of Tonic Trouble killed the parry strat. Truly,
really?
Truly, it has much to answer for.
Goodness.
Yeah. So apologies to Parry. Poor guy. I'm sure he's very upset.
It's okay. It's still in beta.
Yeah. Jesus.
This room is still terrible in this version. Oh, the lighting is doing some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
The textures on those poles seem to be unloaded.
Is that not how it usually is, then?
I don't think so.
Looks like there's a little bit of grain on there, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think the blue parts are just missing texture.
That's
maybe I don't know.
Weird that it would be loading half of it and not the other. So I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess you have to kill this mummy to get the door open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a shootout with him, and it's completely uneventful because you can just stand there and tank the damage. The pyramid has a lot of secret rooms. There's a couple of kind of cool secrets in that room that he just skipped. So I'm kind of interested in 100% for this version. Not so much for beta, but might be interesting here.
Yeah, this is way better than what we've been able to do in the beta version. I'm not sure if it's easier to.
It's way easier. These guys have like actual hitboxes in this version. It's really good.
And their attack collision box is like makes sense because that's
it's
like
like
the thing
where they are,
Yeah.
and not in front of them.
Yeah, see here they've killed the parry strat because
there just is no parry strat in
Exactly.
this version.
outrageous.
Yeah, man.
Now, do you know
See
about the
how-
strat here?
No.
Oh,
I have no idea how he's gonna get through this.
yeah. I really want to hope that there is a way to do this in the beta, but like I feel like we tried so much in this room and just never managed anything like it.
Stay tuned.
Oh man. Oh no. Oh no. Also, I like how he flies through the middle of those. It doesn't work, but I just like the style. It's nice showmanship, I think.
Shoutouts to Kita. Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
What are those pots? There's so many like weird extra objects in the PC version.
Yeah, like the little carrots in Kuroda that just do nothing.
They just sort of hop around, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they're the younglings.
One of the strats would be really nice if there was a way to cut this time away. I'd say Ed is spending it pretty well, though.
Yeah, he's playing the hand that was dealt to him.
Yeah.
Taking this flight kind of safe with the parachuting. Oh
Yeah.
no, he's skipping that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think we did have a name for that, but I forget what it was. That's the caveat of like my naming system is like half the time I forget what the strats are called.
Yeah, I think that my name for that strat had something to do with not forgetting to do it.
Yeah, don't strafe right because that's
Don't
what you were
strafe
doing.
right.
Yeah, because if you do that, you
Well,
just
it's don't
get
hit the
stuck.
button.
Yeah, you get
It's
stuck.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
don't hit the target strat.
That could be that too. Yeah. What would happen if you put up the stairs and then strafed right to get onto it? You'd get like stuck in a loop. You'd have to actually like jump onto the stairs, or else you'd get stuck on geometry.
Yeah. All right, we're on to the last main level.
Yeah.
Pressure cooker.
It's gonna have an anticlimactic ending.
Oh, really?
Ah, more training.
The mood is killed in advance. I love it.
Dude, do we have time for the? Yeah, we do. I think the limbo zone. Because what I'm leading up to, we were talking about Irate Gamer. One of the things we feel that doesn't have quite left the limbo zone yet is, for example, Egoraptor as an animator.
Yeah.
That one's still cooking a little bit.
Yeah. He's not quite quite in the limbo
Right
zone.
there, yeah.
Maybe another year or two.
And on the subject of that discussion, I came to think of something that you sent me years ago, and that might have been in 2011, 2012.
Okay.
So that wasn't quite 10 years. And I never knew what it was. And I wanted to ask you, what was Permagon?
Oh, dude. Wait, what was it that I sent you?
Because that's one of those things that got into that got out of the limbo zone early, I feel.
Huh. What was it that I sent you?
You sent me a bunch of pictures of you or something, and I don't know. It was just this forced meme, but like I don't know. I just really wanted to hear what it was about.
Oh man. Okay.
You've forgotten now, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
So, I mean, so the term permagon comes from just one. Oh, that pogo stick. It comes from just this one. I guess thing that me and my friends did at high school. So okay, we were. I think in the music room after band practice or something.
Yeah.
And that room. Our band room was like a rehearsal space, and then off to the side there was like a closet space where all the instruments were kept.
Yeah.
And the closet space had like a 40-foot ceiling. There was tons of like ventilation ducts,
Wow.
kind of up above, and so I don't know. So I guess we were bored or something. Me and my buddy one day were just sticking like pencils and things on a trombone case on top of a drum stand.
Yeah.
And just like whacking them so they would like do cartwheels and sort of fly off. So eventually that led to, let's make this one Permagon, and we blasted it so hard that it like went up into the ventilation ducts and like landed up on top of there.
Oh yeah, I see.
And then later we asked one of the kids at the school who was a couple of years below us to sneak a 20-foot ladder into the room, which he failed at doing. The band director noticed him carrying the 20-foot ladder across the room. But to be fair, it was pretty much an impossible task.
Yeah.
So we could go up there and actually like get all the stuff.
Do you think those pencils are there to this day?
Probably some of it.
Yeah.
We launched all kinds of stuff. These little pieces of hardware, pencils, someone's like violin bridge or something.
I need to go back and look at that with that context, see if I can make anything of it. It was just it was like,
share with me whatever you have, because
yeah.
I have no idea what.
I mean, it had all the makings of a really shitty meme. I just like, it was just so intriguing to me. What the hell does this term mean? Because I was like trying to read them and like, what? I don't understand any of this. It's like one of those advice dog memes, like with the impact font on top and bottom. It was one of those. He had like a whole bunch of them.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
I'll keep it to myself. Don't worry.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I gotta see. There's probably a different origin story for each one of them.
Yeah.
And by story, I mean like, sentence. An origin sentence.
Do you hear corns, by the way? That propeller sound sounds like the corns from
yeah, I think it's the same one.
Yeah. We didn't have much to commentate. I did want to say that I like that the piston storyline, the piston situation, it doesn't need any of the dialogue. It makes sense without it. Like it's like one of those Wall-E things.
Dude, that's
storytelling without any dialogue.
Yeah. I guess the thing you miss is that that guard was like just like 3 weeks away from retirement.
Oh yeah, like they actually have that line in there.
I think they do. Like if you fire the piston a little bit early, he'll be like, "Whoa, I'll have to contact maintenance about this piston. This place is dangerous."
What happens if you just let him go? Do you know?
You can't let him go.
Oh, he'll just stand there until you do it.
He'll walk to like the sort of like to be right in front of the camera, and then he'll head back. I don't know what happens. I think he just sort of heads back. Actually, I think he just keeps walking back and forth until you do something with the piston.
My question here is, why does he feel the need to play it safe with the pogo stick? He's got enough health points where he can just sort of jump across it. This isn't instant death. It's just electric.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what the fuck, Ed? I get one. Like in the movies.
Yeah, like in the movies,
Yeah.
Dude, it's actually really funny you said that, because like I restrained myself from saying that just like 3 minutes ago. I can't remember where exactly, but
yeah. Dude. I've actually been kind of working on a strat in the beta version for this room, because the room prior to it is that like the flower pod tube thing. I've tried sort of circumventing the platform and just swimming over with full health, but the area doesn't load properly. But if you can manage to make it load properly, it should save a lot of time.
Are you not blocked in by walls?
No, you can go through the walls. You just can't go back out to the walls.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, and you can sort of trigger the sequence, which loads part of it, but not all of it. So you get stuck.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't realize how promising that strat was.
Yeah.
Huh. So here's the scripted encounter with the magic mushroom.
Yeah. I told you there'd be an anticlimactic ending.
Yeah. Like, what the heck? Where's he gonna get that? Where's he gonna get that piggy bank now? Is he just dead? I guess he got it earlier. Let's run over. Rip boys. Pack it in.
I'm not sure if you're being serious.
Well, there's no way of getting that piggy bank, man.
I really can't tell if you're serious.
I mean, I'm aware he has it from earlier.
Okay, good, good.
Still, yeah, it was super bummer. We figure out how to skip the magic mushroom and we still can't get that piggy bank in the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Alright, we're on to Grogs then.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, how about that loading? Oh.
Yeah, that Windows sound wasn't you. That was the run. For anyone watching.
Oh, I think I think he just had to restart his game.
Yeah, yeah.
Man. Ah, dude, that's brutal.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it seems like both me and Ed have bad luck in the pressure cooker. I forget, did you have bad luck in the pressure cooker? Off the top of my head, I don't remember.
Like
in the beta run.
Game crashing trouble, or like me failing trouble?
You failing trouble. No,
yeah.
wait, yeah, okay. I need to
yeah.
rewatch that soon. But by the way, speaking of glitches...
Also, speaking of, stay tuned.
Okay. Well, what do you mean stay tuned? Like, oh, you mean for the beta, right?
Yeah, I mean for the beta.
Okay, I was like, how do you know what's gonna happen next?
We're gonna be going directly on and commentating on Edd's new, Edd's currently standing beta world record after this. So
we'll take a lunch break first, but yeah.
After our lunch break. So anyone who wants the double feature, just head straight on there after.
What was I? Yeah, I was gonna just mention right quick. You've talked about the Phantom flamethrower in the beta version by the pressure cooker entrance. I've noticed it now. I know what you mean.
Mystery damage.
Yeah.
Damage in the beta version sucks too because it always means roll back.
Yeah, except when you're flying.
Yeah.
Gliding fizzle beef.
The gliding fizzle beef.
That one I always remember. Anyway, I want to just ask, the electric thing, the electric booth upstairs there, that the electric guard goes to, is that to recharge? Does it have a purpose?
I really don't know what what's that about. I don't know. I would be surprised if it had any mechanical significance at all because it's just not in the Nintendo 64 version.
Oh, interesting. But I swear he runs back there, but it's kind of hard to catch in this version because he's running around doing the speed run.
Right. He's got somewhere to be.
Yeah. Got things to do.
Why? What would the in-universe motivation for Ed needing to finish this really quickly be, other than the impending catastrophe? He's got to get home and eat a sandwich.
Yeah.
Like that sort of reason.
He's got to get back to cleaning outside of that one girl's house. He's checking his watch,
He's checking his watch. She's doing her laundry's gonna be done in 60 minutes. I gotta get back to see those panties. Very nice little skip there.
Yeah.
Again, taking advantage of the parachuting.
What you're about to see here is not an exploit. This is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. The one-time only game mechanic. That kind of thing was part of the reason I loved this game as a kid. Just all the fairly limited number of just permanent things that you do.
Yeah. I remember, like, on the website it said that this was 40 hours of entertainment value. And that's probably why, because you're gonna be stuck so long trying to figure out, what am I doing?
Yeah, right there. It was all right there. 39 of Ed skipped the other 39 of those hours by knowing what to do there.
Yeah.
With the pogo stick.
I should say I actually have very little notes about this one, so, like...
Yeah.
Whenever you see anything worth commenting on.
we're in the wilderness now.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of the last hurrah for the game. This guard presses this button, and you're supposed to go through this area with all this poison water and hit 6 switches and get all 6 of these bridge pieces back over there.
Kind of like the beta in that way.
Yeah, very much so. Except I think a somewhat bigger and more involved area.
Hmm.
But Ed's not going to do any of that.
Oh, you know the strat already, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really liked seeing this for the first time because it is reminiscent of how I ended the beta version. I didn't come up with this, but I was kind of proud that, like, you know, it's
quite similar to beta. And then the clip. Let's see. I think this might be a little easier than it is on N64. Oh no, what is he doing?
You're having the same experience again. Where's he gonna get
That's
with this?
right.
You know? Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
so
okay.
he went through the door enough to despawn some of the collision, I guess, in this room. And then it despawns the door, I guess. Nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if... Wow. I think that doesn't work on N64.
Oh.
Nice.
Do you intend on running N64?
I hope to someday. First order of business for me is to take back the beta record.
Yeah.
That's what's on my mind. Is this music really playing right now, or... I guess it is.
Yeah.
Huh. That's really interesting.
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, okay. You fooled me, man.
I was considering waiting to see if you would come up with it yourself, but, like, oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I was like, what?
I spruced up the boss music. I'm pretty happy with it, actually. The last bit got a little bit screwed up because I was using Movie Maker and it broke it halfway through, and then I sort of managed to put it back together, and I just did not want to touch it anymore because, like, I was worried about breaking it all over again.
I feel that with Movie Maker, dude.
Yeah, Movie Maker 2012 is
live, the Movie Maker that's part of Windows Essentials.
Yes, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with this. Like, this
Also-
really should have been the boss music.
Also covered in mayonnaise. In this version, is there music for this boss, or does it just play the...
Just the ambience.
That's why. So in the Nintendo 64 version, this boss had its. It plays the music from the dangerous tunnel in the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Or no, I think it plays actually a unique music that's kind of similar to that.
Could be. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I like some of these
right.
designs though. They're kind of reminiscent of Rayman 2. Like.
I love this the stained glass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is he dead? No, he got it. I wasn't sure whether he hit the target there at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, the glass windows are very, very Rayman-esque. Shoutouts to the Rayman 2 speedrunning community. That's a game that has developed a lot in the last, like, 5 years.
Are you part of that community?
No.
Oh.
I'm just a fanboy. Wow, that was fast. So the real question I have is, are you going to play any music by, who is it?
Eric Chevalier?
No. I mean, no. In this area, are you gonna play any? Oh, there's some Rayman 2 music.
Yeah. While you finish that thought, I actually thought we could use this last boss. We're not even gonna bother explaining how it works because I think it's self-evident what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the game expects you to have to fly off that platform there, but he just quick hits all the targets. So it's a very risky strat, I guess, but super advantageous.
Okay, alright, so there is like, okay, alright. You butt in if there's anything else we need to say, but I wanted to take this last segment to mention what we've been doing the last few months. Because, you know, me and Alex did our own runs back in 2017.
Right.
But since then, some developments have happened. I think it was early 2018 where you invited me to this group of Tonic Trouble speedrunners.
Yeah, I connected with the sort of newly forming Nintendo 64 community, which is by which I mean Osukarui, basically.
Yeah.
He met Red Jinjo, who was the old school TT dude, and I sort of hooked us up with them, and we formed a little Tonic Trouble fan community.
Yeah, so we got a little Tonic Trouble community on Discord now. Growing slowly, we've been getting a few new recruits, and that's also where we met Ed. And some things are happening. For one thing, you know, these 2 runs we're doing now happened, and we've also been developing a speedrunning wiki resource, which kind of explains the routes in text and includes video resources and stuff like that. Still in early state.
If you're interested in any of these things, head to the speedrun.com pages for Tonic Trouble.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to be a speedrunner if you're just interested. You know, like you're absolutely welcome. And also, if you're interested in some of the Tonic Trouble development history, we're doing some digging on that as well, and we also got our own section on the Wikipedia for that. So if you have anything relating to the early development of Tonic Trouble, if you have any resources, we'd love to hear about it. There should be a link in the description to the Discord, and probably also to the wiki. Yeah. Now the wiki will only have a view link, but if you wanna contribute, please just join our Discord, and you'll get like access to that as well. And I checked with Ed. We're cool about saying this. All
right.
Yeah, you know what it is.
I know what it is.
You know what it is. All right. Ed has already made a couple of trainers for the existing Tonic Trouble versions, for like just flying freely, and he's also now been thinking about doing a remake of the Tonic Trouble game in Unity.
Yeah,
and we're assembling a team.
Yes, indeed.
I just had to wait for that. Just got a little off timing, you know. Forgive me for that. All right, but yeah, we're trying to put a team together to redo Tonic Trouble in Unity. We're gonna try to do it as original as possible, but you know, update the graphics a bit, make the textures a bit better, and you know, if that works, you know, maybe there'll be more.
Tonic Trouble,
but like that's what we want to do first. So if you want to be part of the team, we'd love to hear from you as well, and join our Discord for that. We might set up a different server, but for now we're just doing it in that Discord.
Right. We're probably going to fork a just general fan server or project server for that off of the speedrunning Discord, which has attracted a lot of non-speedrunning conversation.
Yeah. So congratulations to Ed for setting the
107.55.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't. Yeah. Desync.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations. You know the one.
I do. Oh my god.
Congratulations. Alright, well, congratulations, dude. And we look forward to seeing the beta version, or I do. You've already seen it, but we'll look forward to doing that as well.
Yeah, yes indeed.
It'll be good to see the moon jump again.
I miss those beta physics, those wonky beta physics.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying earlier about the hoops, this game you're dealing with the hoops and trying to find ways to get out of bounds and skipping the hoops. With the beta, I think a lot of it is in the moon jumping and just sort of skipping sections with the moon jumps.
Right.
What I'm interested in is whether or not...
We're out of time.
Yeah, alright, just a second. Quickly, I just want to say, I wonder if there's going to be any out of bounds in the beta. It don't spoil, but I'm really curious to see if that's the case.
Stay tuned.
Bye.